This isn't a weekend deal. You're going to really get agitated with each other if you try and do that. So I want to offer just a little bit about who I am, who you're going to learn from. My name's Colette Roy, and I've been a professional organizer for the past 20 years in Boulder, Colorado. I have worked with countless couples inside of their homes, in all areas of their home. But I've done a fair share of garages. The garages tend to bring forth lots and lots of tension. Now, I'm not saying the other areas in the home don't also bring tension, but the garage can get pretty crazy and chaotic pretty quickly, especially if you're not space planning so that you're utilizing it for your cars to be moved into. Every garage has tension. That's what I've seen over and over. So taking my 20 years of experience and really having a deep desire to help far more people than what I can do in one-on-one situations. Have people be able to get past some of these blocks to organization and decluttering and basic overwhelm. That's the biggest overlay that most people have that I meet. They just don't know where to start. There's too much. And they just are feeling that they can't handle it because they don't know where to go with the first step. Your garage doesn't have to turn into a $90,000 project with white floors and white cabinetry. It can if you like. That could be an easy call to California Closets. They will come and do it all. But if you are more of a DIYer and you are feeling that you are at an impasse a little bit with your partner around getting the space, at least the garage, in a semblance of organization and maximal storage space, stay tuned because we're going to dive deep and we're going to get it done. And it's not going to be a weekend warrior situation, y'all. It is not. I want to preserve your relationship. I want to preserve your mental state. This isn't a weekend deal. You're going to really get agitated with each other if you try and do that. Unless you absolutely know that you work well under pressure and you really thrive and love to be under the gun, and not many people do. That's where I see a lot of people speak to one another in not great ways. So as I move around this garage, I want you to really see that it's pretty chaotic. There's quite a few places you really totally can't see what I'm seeing because you're only seeing the beginning, but there's stuff all on the surface of this table. Can you see this? Obviously, this is not a very workable situation. It's supposed to be a work zone with tools and whatnot, but it's not in that state right now. And I think it's due to the fact that it's pretty full of stuff, and maybe we're not utilizing the walls to the best of our ability for storage. Maybe there's too much inventory inside the garage altogether. And that can be a real thing. And that might be the thing inside of your garage as well. Another reason why I felt it was really important to be in a garage is because I want you to understand that everyone has a certain level of chaos and everything is relative. I really need you to understand that because you're going to be applying that to each other. The fact that you are going to see the world differently than your partner is a true given. That is truth. And that's probably in every single thing in the world. So it's going to be with clutter too. Maybe this organized upstairs zone still stresses out your partner because there's so much of it. Even though it's organized, it still might actually be jangling her nervous system because it feels oppressive to her. Not just so much about location, but also about category. Like if you have 38 ceramic pots that you haven't used for 4 seasons, maybe that's stressing your partner out. Like, why are we keeping these? Are we ever going to use these? Please come to the table with that very, very strong understanding that the person that you are working inside of this project with, your partner that you love and you married or made a commitment to live together, you did that because you love each other. You enjoyed each other in all different ways. And maybe now living together might be offering you some new challenges. Maybe it's years gone by, maybe it's accumulation, maybe you guys got together and you didn't understand each of you had a significant amount of stuff. And again, I use significant with the relativity bracket around it. As I mentioned earlier, we are all different humans, and so we see the world differently. And so what I'm going to ask is that you and your beloved, try to leave all of your judgments out of here. It's not going to serve. You can be honest about them. You can say, hey, I really don't agree with that. I would love to have some negotiation or discussion around where that might be able to live, rather than, why are you keeping that? That's stupid. We don't need it. You don't need it. Get rid of it. That delivery is going to create polarization, and it's not going to create a team situation. So please, 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 the moment you recognize that you're starting to amp up and you want to criticize your partner for what they're keeping or what they're not doing or how fast they're going or how slow they're going, please don't. Please try and focus your energy on what it is that you can make decisions on and how your pacing is good for you. Separate out some of that scheduling so that if you guys do have different pacing, ideally that doesn't become a source of critical experience that you have in your body, because you're like, let's go! And your partner is over there looking at her yearbooks. And so the goal is non-judgment. It's going to come up. Please do your best to take a couple of breaths, check your own frustration level. Maybe you can speak to it and it doesn't have to come out snarky. The goal is not for you to come into this project and fight. With that non-judgment space, we're really creating an emotionally safe environment to unpack some things together without having to be in a competition or inside of any conflict, really. If you can actually be with your partner and see them as a complete different human than you are, maybe not even married to you or in partnership, just see them as an individual when you first met them. Sitting down for the first time, you're meeting them for the very first time, you don't know anything about them. Try and get into that state of mind. Try and release all of maybe past hurts, resentments, frustrations, and just see them as a human who is doing their best right alongside you. As you look around your garage, I want you to think about one word that describes what's going on for you, how you feel about your garage. I want to hear an emotional state when you look at your garage, and I want you to share that with each other. I want each of you to be able to know how your partner's feeling about the state of the garage and really hear them. It's important. The beauty in this whole experience is that you guys can change how you feel about the garage. I swear to you, it can be done. Everything's going to be labeled. It's going to be a different experience. But I want to know right now, how do you feel about it?